Okay, basically half of a white onion, 4 cloves of garlic, because I like garlic, and then your jalapenos. These are giant ones. I think I'm only going to use these 4, but I basically cut the ends off. Well, some people just leave that on there, but not me. Anyways, then I'll cut them in half. And if I want to go not so hot, then I'll remove some of that membrane and some of the seeds. Probably do that on half of these to make sort of a medium heat one. Okay, as you can probably see, I removed most of the seeds and tried to keep most of the membrane in there. You don't even have to chop these up at all. I mean, I'm going to chop up the onion just a little bit. Even that, you can leave it in pretty big chunks. Just help to blend it later a little bit and chop it up. And then just put a couple of chops of garlic. Okay. And then these are all going to go into a pan. Jalapenos, the onions, garlic. And that's pretty much it. Try and keep the cat hair out of it. Okay, and then I'm just going to barely cover that with water. Just like that. Lid's going to go on. It's going to go on the stove until everything gets nice and soft. Not too long, probably about 10 minutes. And then we'll check back on that in a second. Okay. Let's see. Let's get that up to a boil. And we can turn that down. We'll turn that down to a low simmer. I'm just going to let that simmer. Keep an eye on it. And you'll see when those jalapenos start turning like army green, and you can poke a fork into everything and it's soft, that's when you're done. You don't need to go past that. We don't want it mush. Well, right about the 10-minute mark. Let's see what we have. Definitely get darker in color. They're right. They're fork tender. Fork pushes right into them easily. So I'm gonna say that's good. You could let it go a little bit longer. Maybe I'll let it go another 30 seconds or so, but oops. I think those are about ready to come out. Edit that out. It's going to go into the blender. So in goes all that as I drip all over the place. Try not to spill. This isn't a very big blender. It would help if you had a nice big one. That's what she said. Okay, here we go. Only last one, being garlic and a little bit of onion. So what we have here is then we're going to add probably 3/4 of a cup corn oil. Add a nice healthy pinch of salt. Probably at least a teaspoon. Maybe on this size of batch, maybe a teaspoon and a half. You can also add a little bit of lime juice at this point. Just a tiny bit, I find helps preserve the freshness, so to speak. And give it a nice little bright note. Okay. Just a dash. Good. Alright. I'm gonna hit it with the blend. Okay, so anyways, that's how you make it. Let's see, pour it out into can't pour it in anything plastic yet. We're gonna have to let this cool down. But you could also go right into a canning jar. Alright, so after it cooled off a bit, I poured it into these 2 containers. And gonna stick it in the fridge, and when it cools off, it's ready to go. I guess it doesn't even have to cool off, but the texture tightens up a bit. Or the viscosity, I should say. Anyways, that's pretty much how you make it.